Oh, well, what's cracking, people? Another here, and welcome back to Jak 3. In the last one, we got the Dune Hopper, and I went on a couple of ramblings. In this one, we're going to investigate this new area because it's a Dune Hopper, and we need a Dune Hopper to get to here, and I don't want to break up the pace of the story. So going off my last tangent with Deimos, Deimos is let's see, what the heck is this? An eye? What's this eye on? Ah! I see now. So yeah, so Deimos, yeah, like I said, he becomes Jak's surrogate father, essentially. That's interesting. And as the game goes on, we see the relationship develop and grow and connect. And it's just one of those things where it's like, I like seeing it, and I like seeing where it goes. Okay, I'm gonna grab one of these. Grab one of these, and grab one of these, and you will learn to love Deimos too. He's definitely one of the better characters in Jak and Daxter. If I had to pick characters that were some of the best in Jak and Daxter, I would probably pick. In case you can't go that way, I would probably pick. Barring Jak, because he's the main character, it's expected that he pretty much grows as the series goes on. I would say Sig, Deimos, and Kira, actually. I would say those three are probably some of the better characters in Jak and Daxter in terms of character growth. In terms of character presence, it would be Crew, Sig, Deimos, and Cleaver. No, yeah. I will lump Cleaver in there of the characters we've seen now, because Ashlyn's okay, Torn's okay, but don't really have the kind of presence that Crew, Cleaver, and Sig have. They're just kind of like Ashlyn's the bad girl that pretty much every guy wants or something, but she's the bad girl of a soft side. So she's kind of like Kira if Kira was raised by a tyrant. And Torn's your token, I don't take crap from nobody character, but he doesn't really do anything of note beyond that. If anything, he's a series edgy character that I think Jak was trying to be in Jak 2, but when put next to Torn, it's like it just doesn't hold up. Precursor temple, nice. Oh, I don't know what that was.
Ooh, sweet! Seems said they lost an expedition of monks on the volcano. I bet they built these gliders to reach the top.
Yeah, lost being the operative word. If they vanished, don't you think that was a sign? Hello?
Yeah, but you've got me. All we have to do is hit those accelerator rings and we're golden.
Oh, no! See any feathers here? Looks like fur to me. No feathers, no flyer de azzo. There's no way you're gonna get me on some precursor monk crap! Absolutely zippo chance! Forget it! Finito! Fat chance! Not gonna happen! Nope! Nuh-uh! Never!
Oh man, I freaking love these two. They are so funny. Also, you're gonna want to hit the accelerator rings. Use your blaster rifle for this. Don't use the reflexor. For the most part, you should be right in front of it. You don't have to actually hit the ring dead on. You just gotta hit enough of them. You just gotta hit close enough that it will activate. And the bar below you is your flight meter or your acceleration meter. Make sure the thing doesn't go all the way down, or else you will lose. And one thing about this, you can pretty much see the entirety of the Wasteland map. I like it. You know, it's just a nice little relaxing trip. But yeah, what was going on about earlier? Oh yeah, the characters in the series. Yeah, like with Kira, and granted. Okay, so I'm gonna let you guys in a little bit of a thing right now. In Jak 3, and there's another thing that I feel like is kind of As you know what, we'll hold off on that for a little bit. The main reason why I think Kira is one of the better, is a pretty well written character, actually has more to do with her in Jak 2 and Jak X more than Jak and Daxter and Jak 3. That kind of spoils it a little bit, but I'm gonna leave it at that. But yeah, Ashlyn and Torn, well, not being okay. I think I might have messed up. I think I might have messed up. I think I might have messed up. Yep, I messed up. Okay, okay, I messed up there. At least you get checkpoints. So they got better with the checkpoints, which is something that they were criticized for very heavily in Jak 2. So Jak 3 is a little bit more forgiving on the checkpoints. But yeah. While Kira, while Ashlyn and Torn have a bit of presence, they're not strong presences. Like they're consistent. You know, like you're not going to forget they're there because they show up enough to make an impact. They're not entirely forgettable. Unlike Tess, who I literally just remembered existed just now. She is in the game, and she is in the series. She is in Jak 3. She's in Jak 2, and she does make appearances. But in terms of like narrative, like impact, she doesn't do a whole lot in Jak 2. She has that opening introduction, and then she kind of becomes eye candy for the player. Not bad eye candy, but eye candy nonetheless. Then there are the 3 saboteurs that crew hired, but you get the point. Not a lot of characters, not a lot of characters are memorable. Not a lot of characters are well written. So I'll take what I can get when I get it. But Jak and Daxter has such consistently good characters that even when you forget about them, we remember them. You remember, oh, they actually weren't that bad. It's just they weren't around.
Well, now we can't go back the way we came. Let's go check it out.
Right behind you, partner. Far behind you.
But even though, and what's this on about? Touche. Let's see, what's this about? Okay, I didn't know it was that. But even though you can't, even though a lot of the characters aren't as well written, and that happens with stories. Not every character is going to be like this dynamic character with all these great arcs and stuff. Not everyone's going to be like that. Oh, by the way, yeah, I fired one shot and pretty much I have done more than enough damage with it. The beam reflector is going to be your best friend for this game. It just is, okay? It's arguably the most broken gun in the game, and I love it. Because you don't really have to try anymore. You just don't. Unfortunately, when you get the reflector upgrade, it has this thing where, like, yeah, it'll bounce more, but after the max bounces, after the max default bounces, each subsequent bounce will cost ammo. So keep that in mind when using it. You can't just willy-nilly you will run out of blaster rifle ammo really fast. Flut, okay. No, flut, a leaper lizard.
Ooh, that leaper lizard could come in handy.
If you catch it, Daxter doesn't want to stick around. But yeah, the okay. There we go. So yeah, by strongest, yeah, these are the metalheads who survived. Oh, almost got me. Aha! Sucks to be you. Sucks to be you too. A little bit of ammo here. Okay, so how do you do this? I forgot how you do this. I think you got a corner, I want to say. Okay. Oh, that's right. Let's do this right here. Get back here. There we go. Now we got it. But yeah, for all intents and purposes, the characters in Jak and Daxter are probably some of the best I've seen in gaming. They just hold up so well. Even though weaker characters are still fun characters. You know, Tess is a weaker character, but she's still very fun. Samos becomes a weaker character as the series goes on, if you ask, in my personal opinion, but he's still a fun one nonetheless. Okay. Cleaver, as memorable as he is for the most part a pretty weak character, but he's still fun. Okay. And I just don't see that kind of consistency in a lot of games nowadays, you know? Like, heck, even Star Wars games don't even get it right all the time. And I love characters in Star Wars games like you wouldn't believe, but it's true. They don't always hold up. You know? I mean, I'm just saying. And these. Okay, one thing about 3D platformers, the camera could stand to be a little bit better. And that's just a problem 3D camera to begin with. So yeah, going from there, yeah, we're now inside, I guess, a precursor temple area, and we found one. Okay. You missed. I guess, and we found one of the. Right, we can't do that. This isn't God of War. We're gonna have to climb up the old-fashioned way. But yeah, the leaper lizards, the precursor monks. Yeah, we found one of their gliders, and now we're, I guess, in one of the holy places. I wonder what happened to them.
Wait here. I'll be back.
So now we're playing as Daxter. If you played the Daxter PSP game, which I hope to play one of these days, you're pretty much used to how I think you're pretty close used to how this plays. Because I want to say Jak 2 came out, then Daxter came out, and I think they just recycled some of the gameplay mechanics from Daxter to make this work, and it's surprisingly pretty good. Daxter controls as he should, and we're seeing that he has pretty much all of Jak's moves. And any eco that Daxter collects, well, anything that Daxter collects is added to your count. So the double jump could use a bit of work. Not gonna lie, the double jump could use a little bit of work. But beyond that, yeah, Daxter control is pretty good, you know. And it shows that when push comes to shove, Daxter can hold his own against even metalheads. So a lot of the bragging he did to test in Jak 2 wasn't unfounded, but we all know that it was mostly Jak who did all the work. Another thing, Daxter's health, as Jak gains health inside the game, Daxter gains health inside the game. So they share the health, but I think whatever damage Daxter takes does not carry over to Jak. We'll find out in a second here, because I took a lot of damage here. Keep going. Come on, Daxter, let's go. And yeah, Daxter takes a more. And yeah, Daxter takes a more prominent role in Jak 3's narrative. So even though Daxter is an active participant.
Thank me later, Jak.
Daxter is an active participant in the narrative as opposed to just wisecrack and every now and then character drama, which is which is another thing that Jak and Daxter I think get well. Even though a lot of the characters are not like memorable, or not all of them can be as well written as some other characters. What they do well is they make it where every character counts. Every character pretty much matters, even in a small way. They have a believability to them that makes them feel real. Yeah, I went off on how, Tess was simply eye candy for Daxter, but she wasn't just eye candy for the sake of eye candy. She was honestly fun. She was fun enough that you didn't mind. There are like some characters in games where it's like, why do you even exist kind of situation. Oh, there you are. Yeah, sometimes metalhead skeletons just fall through the world and then just reappear randomly. I don't know what causes them, but it happens. But yeah, and Jak and Daxter have probably one of the best dynamic duo relationships in gaming. You know, a lot of people when think of dynamic duos, they think of like Sonic and Tails, Mario and Luigi, and Ratchet and Clank. But there's another one too. I can't remember all off the top of my head because I haven't played every single game out there. But in my honest opinion, just gotta wait for it to bounce back up, I guess. There you go. I don't know. I'm glad they put that in there, but it's like, why is that a problem to begin with? I guess because it happens a lot in Jak 2, where just metalhead explosions just disappear randomly into level geometry. But yeah, but like Jak.
Do I have to do everything?
Ooh, this section. But yeah, while you may think of like classic ones like Sonic and Tails. Oh snap! I forgot you just flat off the edge there. Gotta be careful. Like you think like Sonic, Tails, and Mario and Luigi and Ratchet and Clank. In my opinion, Jak and Daxter is probably the best character duo out there. With Sonic and Tails, their character duo has pretty much changed. Their dynamic has changed over the years. Most recent iterations I just don't like myself personally. I don't think they're really where they need to be. Mario and Luigi, like outside of like the RPGs, and even then that's an iffy one there. I would argue it's really only the Superstar Saga that really do those two characters any kind of justice. There we go. There we go. Yeah, I argue those two games. The Superstar Saga is the only game to do those two any kind of justice in terms of like character, and maybe the Luigi Saga, but you know that's small stuff at that point. I always get by these things. And Ratchet and Clank. Well, I haven't played the first two. I have seen them be played through. The third and fourth Ratchet and Clank games. That's funny. The third and fourth Ratchet and Clank game don't really do those two a lot of justice, and I haven't played any of the games after that. I was not interested. Jak and Daxter have the most believable like brother relationship out there. Like you can tell these two like you can tell these two are like they're homeboys. You know, they ride or die. They're friends to the end. That kind of stuff. You know. The only other gaming duo I can think of that I legitimately can think of that come close or even exceed Jak and Daxter is Master Chief and Cortana. You know, and that's with the original the original Halo trilogy under Bungie. The current stuff with 343. I mean. If I ever get around to playing those games, which I probably will because I'm a massive Halo fan, they kind of mess it up after the fourth game. I would argue even to the fourth game they messed it up too. Maybe Alex Vance and Gordon Freeman from Half-Life, but because Gordon Freeman's a silent protagonist and doesn't really interact much, he's more of a passive figure inside the game world. It's less that those two feel connected, and more that because you know Gordon is a silent protagonist for you to insert yourself into. It's more Alex Vance is carrying the majority of that character duo. So yeah. So take notes whenever you're playing these games on character duos, because you're going to learn something. You will learn something. You're going to learn today. I think we're almost there. Nope. Oh, messed up. Yeah, double jump there. Easy start right here. Okay, so you need to get this just right, because I think you go any further, you will die.
Looks like I didn't agree with him.
Don't touch it, Daxter. Who knows what more dark ego would do to you?
Look at me, Jak. I'm short, I'm hairy, and I itch in strange places. I couldn't do worse. Relax. I know what I'm doing. Oh, yuck! Cold, clammy, dead hands. Oh, I can't look.
Look out, Dexter!
Jack? Jack? Where are you, buddy? Hey!
It's a dark power tax. Some kind of invisibility.
Yeah, well, cut it out. If you moved that fast a long time ago, I'd still be wearing pants. You know what I really miss? Soft underpants. You know how it lifts and cradles? You wouldn't understand. We're out of here.
New dark power. Got the ability to turn invisible. And whatever the heck this is. This one was... Actually, I want to take a second to look at this real quick. I actually never took a good hard look at this. Is this what I think it is? It might be. Well, either way. So yeah, oh, come on. Couldn't you give that to me? You couldn't just give that to me? No, there we go. There we go. So yeah, we found out what happened to one of the monks. That's not a statue. That's an actual dead guy. Whatever that thing was, it really messed him up. Now you may be thinking, oh look, we got a new dark power. You know, it's gonna be a good one. You know, got invisibility. We can use it anytime we want. Nah, that's not how invisibility works, unfortunately. It'd be nice to activate that one anytime you want, but can we go up here? No, we can't. Okay. As nice as it would be to activate that power anytime you want, you really can't. You can only activate. It's one of those situational power-ups, which at that point it's like, what's the point of even giving it to us? But yeah, so here's how it works. Anytime you see one of these dark crystals, dark statues, over to it, press triangle, turns you invisible. That's how that works. And with that, we're gonna call it a part here. I've been Anansi, and I'll catch you later.